Om Shanti. Today, 23 September 2023, Baba says, Sweet children, you have the accurate knowledge of souls and the Supreme Soul. Therefore, you have to issue the challenge that you are the Shiv Shaktis. Question. What is the highest destination of all for which you children are making effort? Answer is to stay constantly in remembrance is the highest destination of all. It is only by having remembrance that your suffering of karma will be settled and you will reach your karmatit stage. Some children say to the mother and father from whom they receive limitless happiness, Baba, we forget to remember you. This is a wonder. If you make effort continuously to remain soul conscious, you cannot forget remembrance. Song. Who created this play and hide himself away? Om Shanti. God speaks. You children know your father. You children have been made thieves by the father. You have come to know the father by the father, and this is why you are called thieves. You know that you really are soul and he is the father of you souls. Although people consider themselves to be souls, no one knows the Supreme Soul. Only when the Father himself comes and creates children and gives them his introduction, only they know him. The Father himself has to give his own introduction. He is the Father of all souls. He comes here personally in front of you and says, you are souls and I am Supreme Father of you soul. You have this faith. This is something common. There is definitely the Father of souls. It is sung that soul and Supreme Soul remain separated for a long time. Only you children know the Father. Once again, after 5,000 years, the Father has come. When all the children have become atheist and sorrowful and not a single soul remains a theist, the Father comes. He makes you into theist and then hides away. Then no one knows the Father. You children now have the faith number-wise according to the effort you make. Not all of you have full faith, although you may be sitting here personally and you do know this about the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, the Purifier. Father is making you into pure deities from impure being. There are just the images of deities here. They are not here themselves. No human being apart from you Brahmakumaris know about the soul and the Supreme Soul. When souls say that they are Supreme Soul, they neither know about soul nor not about the Supreme Soul. Your children know that a single human being considers himself to be a soul and God to be his father accurately. However, who would issue this challenge? If it was you Shaktis who issued this challenge, but you still have not taken the path you should have taken. Shiv Shaktis are very well known. Jagat Amba is also a Shakti. All the religious heads now come to conference and you have to explain to them too. The Father explains, children, you have to become soul conscious. You are soul and you are claiming your unlimited inheritance from the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. For as long as you don't have this faith and have doubt, you won't be able to claim a high status. Even good children experience storms of Maya while moving along and fall. From having faithful intellects, they become loose who have doubts in their intellect. Otherwise, children would never have a doubt in their intellect about whether someone is their father. Here, this is a wonder. They say the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul is the Father of all of us soul. He is teaching us and yet we forget the Father. He continues to explain every day. Children, remember your father and your sin will be absolved. You have a lot of sins of so many births are on your heads. You know that Mama and Baba, who are called Saraswati and Brahma, are number one. They themselves say you have so much yoga and make so much effort, and yet your sins of many births have not been cut away. There is one suffering or another suffering to be settled. At the end, you will reach your karmati stage and become free from this suffering. You have to make effort. Maya too is no less powerful. Both are almighty authorities. Maya, Ravan, has made all human beings impure. They sing, "Oh purifier." They continue to clap. So they are surely impure, but they don't consider themselves to be the impure. You definitely have to explain that this whole world is now impure. The golden age is called a pure world. You would not call out to the purifier in this way in the pure world. There, where there was just one religion, Bharat was very happy. Now know that Supreme Father, Supreme Soul is the ocean of knowledge and he knows all the secrets of Vedas and scripture, etc. He himself is teaching us. But some of you are such that you forget the Supreme Soul is teaching them, that unlimited Father is teaching them, that intoxication does not rise. When you leave here, go home, that intoxication is completely crushed. It is with difficulty that anyone make accurate effort. Maya is very powerful. Body consciousness is number one. Baba has explained, consider yourself to be soul. We are soul and we act through our bodies. You must never consider yourself to be the Supreme Soul. Supreme Soul is one. We are soul. The Father says, I have come to make you pure from impure. Repeatedly remember me. However, many good children don't remember the Father and they even don't tell the truth. The chart they write and send to Baba has also lies. They don't write honest chart. Baba said, consider yourself to be soul. We soul completed our 84 birth and now we are going to Baba. Wake up early in the morning and remember Baba, and that intoxication will then remain throughout the day. When people earn money, they have the intoxication of how much they earn that day. This too is a business, and so you should make so much effort in this. Baba tell you his own experience of how much effort he made. You have to wake up early in the morning and talk to yourself. Our parts have now ended and we are about to go back home, and then we will rule the kingdom for 21 births. We have to talk in this way regularly in early morning. Baba is so sweet, so lovely and so wonderful. No human being knows such a father. The Father comes and make you children even higher than himself, and yet some children then say that Father is omnipresent and bring him down even further than themselves. This is why the Father says, you have now become very unhappy. I make you children into the masters of Brahmand and the world. Then you say that I, your Father, am omnipresent. This is also a play within the drama. The Father is now giving you direction on explain how Lakshmi and Narayan, the first deities, had 100% solvent intellects. But they are not like that anymore. Look how much difference there is. At first Bharat was heaven, now there is hell. No human being had this knowledge. Your children do not have strength. There is a lot of body consciousness. Those who are soul consciousness imbibe this knowledge. The Father gives you the direction. Challenge them in this way. No one knows what a soul is or what a Supreme Soul is. You know that we souls are point and that our Father, Supreme Soul, Supreme Father is also a point. He is knowledgeful, he is purifier, he does not enter the cycle of birth and death. We soul enter the cycle of birth and death. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul say, I have to apart. I come and make all of you happy and then I go and sit in the land of Nirvana. When people become old, they retire, but they don't understand the meaning of that. To retire means to go to the land beyond sound. They don't sit beyond sound. Now, all are in the stage of retirement. We soul reside beyond sound, but people don't know about that place. Among you two, only some of you have these things in your intellects. There is a lot of body consciousness. You don't follow the Father. Maya is very powerful. No one knows about the relationship between soul and the Supreme Soul. They don't know about the relationship with the Father. You too repeatedly forget it. After belonging to the Father, you have to remember Him fully. You say, Baba, I repeatedly forget to remember you. Oh, you forget to remember the mother and father. The destination is to stay constantly in remembrance. You forget the mother and father from you are claiming your inheritance of heaven. It is a wonder. The mother and father are only the one. The father says, I alone am your mother and father. These are very deep things. Some think that Jagdamba is a mother, but no, she is a corporeal being. You used to sing to the incorporeal one, you are a mother and father. Baba did not tell you all these things in the beginning. Day by day you are told deep things. If you are unable to explain something, then tell them Baba has not yet explained these things to us. So we will ask him. Day by day you receive new points. Knowledge is vast. Those who are to understand will understand. Some people tired while studying, they write to Baba, I am unable to continue here, I am fed up. They get fed up and stop studying. When they indulge in vice, they stop studying. The study can take place only in celibacy. If you break your celibacy, you are not able to imbibe knowledge, anything. You would not be able to tell others that lust is the greatest enemy. The intellect becomes locked. The destination is very high. Sannyasis leave their household religion and run away. They are Hat Yoga Sannyasi, where this is Raj Yoga. The Father alone comes and teaches you Raj Yoga. Hat Yogis can never teach Raj Yoga. You have not learned the art of how to explain this fully. There is Hatha Yoga renunciation. They cannot make impure one pure. There is unlimited renunciation where there is limited renunciation. It is in your intellect that your 84 births are now ended and that you have to return home. You have this unlimited intellect, renunciation in your intellect. There is Hatha Yoga renunciation of karma. There is Raj Yoga and Karma Yoga, and God is teaching you this. You can now explain very well that this Hatha Yoga and this is Raj Yoga. No one understands about Shiv. Just soul as a point. Similarly, Shiv also is a point. The sign of point is put on the forehead. The point would not be applied anywhere else. The point tilak is put only on the forehead. That is where each soul resides. But no one knows this. Such a tiny soul has an imperishable part of 84 births fixed with him. These are deep matters. No one else would know how to explain these things. You have to explain the reality. Just as each soul is a point, the Supreme Soul is also a point. If another soul enters a body, he would come and sit next to that one. When a departed soul is invoked into a Brahman piece, that such soul comes and say, I have taken birth at such and such a place. So, where would that soul come and sit? Would it sit in his head? He, the Brahmin, already has his own soul. The father says, I too am a point. I am called the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. His praise is very great. Who sang with praise? Salutation to Shiv, salute souls, the Saligram. So surely souls are separated. The world does not know these things. You know that he only has the one name Shiv. You would say to Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, salutation to the deity Brahma, salutation to the deity Vishnu, whereas to him you would say salutation to the Supreme Soul, Shiv. Therefore, Shiv is highest on high. You can understand these points. It is now that you have this knowledge. This birth of yours is as valuable as diamond. Deities simply experience their reward. That Father who gives you the reward is wonderful. You should have such great regard for Father from beyond. Your intellect yoke should not be connected to Brahma, but to that one. The Father is teaching through this one. He has taken this body on loan. He is such a great guest of the whole world. Shiv Baba come from Supreme Abode. He is such an important guest to Bharat. From where he come from? They honor those ministers, etc. Such an important guest has come in an incognito form to make impure one pure. Acha. Essence for dharana. First point. Wake up early in the morning, sit in remembrance and accumulate an income. Talk to yourself, remain soul consciousness. Second point. Study and teach Raj Yoga and Karam Yoga. Never get fed up and thereby stop studying. Definitely have regard for the Father. Slogan for today is, may you be a master world benefactor with an unlimited attitude, the same as the Father is. Detail. To have an unlimited attitude means to have an attitude of benevolence for all souls. This is being a master world benefactor. Let your attitude of benevolence not just be for yourself or the limited number of souls for whom you are an instrument, but for everyone. Those who are happily progress with contentment in their attainments are self-benefactors. However, those who have an unlimited attitude and remain busy in doing unlimited service are said to be the master world benefactor, the same as the Father. Slogan for today is, those who remain in equality in praise and defamation, insult and respect, benefit and loss are said to be yogi souls. I am repeating, those who remain in equality in praise and defamation, insult and respect, benefit and loss are said to be yogi soul. Acha, Om Shanti.